If you still think that you need to get a full hour to get a good workout in, that mindset is exactly what's holding you back. Most of us are under the impression that the longer our workout is, the better the results that we're going to get. But in some cases, that might even have an opposite effect. In this video, we'll be going through how long do you actually need to work out to get fit, and what are some ways to reduce your workout time while surprisingly giving you better results. Okay, so let's see the minimum amount of time required to get any sort of noticeable gains. According to Dr. Mike Israel, who has a PhD in sports science, and I think we both can agree that he definitely looks like he knows what he is doing, to get to where he is now, it takes him about 8 hours a week. That's like an hour and a half for 5 days a week. It might sound like a lot, but remember, this is when you are at the advanced level. Most natural people probably can't recover that fast anyways. Do take note on the word natural though. If you are taking that long and very pointy needle, then I don't know. There is another amazing fitness coach called Eugene Teo. He and Dr. Mike both states the same thing, where if the goal is to be fit and healthy, meaning for things such as reducing your risk of heart attack and such, we really only need 1 hour of training per week. Seriously, that's like 20 minutes for 3 days per week. How insane is that? But of course, this is not the most optimal amount of time if you want to get the fastest results ever. But this information is still very valuable if you already have the habit of going to the gym. Because this means that even if I do not have enough time to do my full workout on that specific day, it doesn't mean that there is no point in going and I should just skip the whole workout altogether. But instead, I should still go to the gym and maybe just doing 2 exercises which will still give me results. Or sometimes when I'm really just short on time, I still do just sometimes drop on the ground and just start doing push-ups. Or you could even stand up right now and just start doing some squats while you're watching this video, which then might come into another excuse, which is maybe the exercises like push-ups or just bodyweight squats is too easy, which in that case you can just find different variations of calisthenics exercise that makes it more challenging. So it might seem insignificant, but trust me, it does all add up. So please stop with the annoying excuse of I don't have time to exercise. Yes, you do, just sacrifice 1 match out of your 100 matches of your favorite game and start moving your body instead of your fingers. Okay, sorry, I just went on a tangent there, but the point is that if you seriously have no time to just do 20 minutes of exercise for 3 days per week, let me say that again, per week, then you probably are either the construction worker that are working 20 hours a day, in which case then you don't need to exercise, or maybe it's time to be honest with yourself. Do you really have no time, or is it just an excuse? Okay, so now that we know everybody, including your grandmother, have time to work out, here are some actionable tips on how I make somewhat quick progress while still keeping my workout short. The suggestions will get more and more advanced, so hopefully one of these tips will help you regardless of your fitness level. But before we move on though, I think this is a good point in the video where I remind you about the most important tip ever. We can all agree that nothing beats consistency, right? So always remember that for all of the optimization tips that you hear online, even including this amazing video that you're watching right here, if you have tried it and it made you not want to exercise, please don't implement it even if it's the best tip in the world. Okay, so the first one is going to be a little bit controversial, but I believe that using weights requires less time compared to calisthenics / bodyweight workouts. Because after trying out both for I don't know how many years, although you can do calisthenics workout anywhere in the world, which basically reduces the time to go to the gym, the time it takes to research a new exercise every time one gets easier really adds up, especially for finding exercises that are good for your back and also leg. Like, look at this, we should call this the flopping fish exercise. No hate to this exercise, I did do it in the past, it's just funny to think about it right now. So for example, when you have progressed to a point where bodyweight squat is getting too easy and you want to add resistance without adding any weights, you now have to spend time on researching the new exercises that is just the right intensity. Pistol squat is going to be too hard and bodyweight squat is going to be too easy, so you have to find something in between. And trust me on this happens a lot more frequent than you think. For weights, you can select an exercise and just increase the weight slowly for pretty much forever until maybe you get bored. So really weigh the pros and cons for these two. If you live very far away from the gym, then obviously calisthenics would be better for you. If not, I believe gym would almost always be better in terms of saving time. Alright, the second one is obviously a no-brainer, but just in case you still don't have it for some reason, have a proper routine so you don't waste time on thinking what to do or when to do when you're in the gym. I personally built my own workout routine myself. You can do it too, but it is going to be a little complicated, especially when you're just starting out. And it's definitely not going to be perfect perfect. I know for a fact mine isn't, but I don't really want to spend hours and hours researching the best routine because I'm quite satisfied with the progress I'm making. But if you don't have the time or simply just don't want to make yourself, there are tons and tons of programs on the internet. Even the free ones are pretty good. Or if you have the cha-ching, you can get a more personalized one from a coach. Okay, so when you're searching or making your own training routine, you need to make sure that you are choosing the right splits that work for both your goals and your time. Splits just means dividing your workout routine to multiple days so you can hit every muscle. In terms of saving the most time, I think full body workout for 2 to 3 times per week is the best, because there will be lesser travel time, which probably saves about 30 minutes for every session already. Then you also save on maybe changing your clothes, or maybe you shower after your workout session. Basically all the things that you have to do before and after your gym session. Those add up probably to about 30 to 45 minutes every session. So which means that if you are doing something like the push-pull leg splits, which is about 5 to 6 times per week, those really will add up. For me personally, I don't prefer the full body workout because I don't have that much energy to go hard on every single muscle in one single day. And push-pull leg split does take quite a while. So after trying out each split, I now stick with the upper-lower split, which is a good balance on time and energy. The next one you can try out is reducing your rest time. I've seen a lot of people that literally just sit on a machine and just scroll through their phone for 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm genuinely curious. What's the point of going to a place to work out and then proceed to not work out? If you are that person or you know someone like that, please ask them and let me know what are they thinking in the comments. Anyways, I did see some videos stating that about 30 seconds to 5 minutes rest is the range for optimal rest. Personally, I would rest about 1 minute 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and I'm still trying to reduce it even further. You might think that reducing from maybe 2 minutes of rest to 1 minute of rest won't make much of a difference, but you'll be surprised. If let's say you do about 6 exercises per workout session and you have 3 sets for each of it, that would be 18 sets, which having 2 minutes of rest in between those sets would equate to about 34 minutes in total just for your rest. But if you're resting only 1 minute in between, then it would equate to 17 minutes of rest. Basically, you'll be cutting off half of your rest time. Finding the balance is really important though. Too little and you might as well just do cardio, and too much, then you'll just be wasting time. I'm currently testing out a method where I maintain the same weight while slowly reducing my rest time, which means for the first session I'll be resting for 2 minutes per set, then maybe for the next session I'll be resting for 1 minute 50 seconds. I'm currently at 1 minute 30 seconds. I'm planning to reduce it all the way down to 1 minute. I don't think I'm gonna go any lower than 1 minute though, because I feel that is way too little for me. So I'm still increasing my intensity, but I'm reducing my workout time. Basically killing 2 stones with 1 bird. Okay, the 5th tip is to use dumbbells or machines instead of barbells. This is quite self-explanatory. Whenever you use a barbell, you have to rack the weights onto the barbell, and if you are a responsible adult, you then have to unrack the weights when you are done using it. I'll be the first one to admit, I sometimes don't unrack the weights, especially when I'm short on time. But it's fine though, because people that are using after me, they will see how strong I am, or maybe they will just use it as their warm-up weight. Anyways, for dumbbells and machines, you literally just have to pick up the weight or select the weight and you can start immediately. Of course, if you really love the barbell like it's your significant other, then please just ignore this advice completely. Alright, this is the last hack and it might be a little advanced, but it's the best one that I have ever used. It's called Supersets, which basically means doing multiple exercises back to back with minimal to no rest. For example, I would pair leg extensions with leg curls into a superset. So I would do 1 set of leg extensions and immediately go to leg curls after that. Then only when I'm done doing 1 set of leg extensions and 1 set of leg curls, that is only when I take 1 minute of rest. Another way is to rest for 30 seconds for each set. So you would do 1 set of leg curls, 30-second rest, 1 set of leg extensions, 30 seconds rest, 1 set of leg curls, and you get the point. Then after you have completed the superset, meaning you have completed the 3 leg curls and 3 leg extensions, you would then rest the same amount of time as you would normally for your normal set before moving to the next exercise. So honestly, both saves the same amount of time, it's just which one do you prefer. I personally prefer the second method because it takes time to walk to the next machine and I count that as my rest time. One thing to note though, make sure that you are pairing the exercises that works on opposite muscles. So again, with the same superset example I gave just now, leg extension will be working on your quads while leg curls will be working on your hamstring. It's literally 2 opposite muscles. So when I'm doing my leg curls, my quads would be resting. When I'm doing my leg extensions, my hamstring would be resting. So you'll notice that I am still resting my muscle, but I'm working on other muscles at the same time. A few more examples will be pairing up your bench press with lat pull downs or bicep curls with tricep tricep push downs, and the list just keeps going on. But it isn't limited to just 2 exercises. You can pair as many as you want, but of course, too many and your cardio might not be able to take it, or you'll just be resting your first muscle for way too long. I have seen some people doing quadrisets or whatever it's called, where you do 4 exercises back to back. I tried it and it does feel a bit much for me, but it might work for you. So the nice thing about superset is that it not only saves you time, but it also works on your cardio at the same time. You saw what I did there? Save time and at the same time, huh? Anyways, now that you have your routine all set up, the next step is to ingrain it into yourself as a permanent habit. Click on this video where I show you the ultimate habit tracker that I personally created called Ulti Habit. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.